You're currently listening to Radio DreaM, broadcasting to wherever radio still exists, now broadcasting every other day at any time we feel like doing so. And for anyone who wants to complain, go over to DreaM Chat Zone. We promise those guys will disappoint you. We now move on to our host, John. Good day, Dream City. Well, I sure hope it's been a good day for all of you out there. I'm your esteemed host, John Jacobson, coming at you with Radio DreaM, the station that's still uncensored anytime, all the time. Although now we need funding for recent events, which I will touch on in a moment. Anyway, because we here at the station need money, expect regular sponsorships. But hey, we're back on the air after a long 3-month hiatus. We've received questions as to why we were gone for so long. And well, the now former station boss decided to get blackout drunk and beat an intern nearly to death. Fortunately enough, that intern made a full recovery, and the former boss is now dead from unrelated circumstances. From what I've been told anyway. At any rate, I gotta tell ya, DC, it's good to be back. Being back here reminds me how good this job really is and just how hellish a gas station gig is. Damn that, I'm never resorting to that ever again. Damn, ain't it good to be back, Vincent? Wait, where'd he go? Ah, there he is. Oi, Vincent, need ya for a sec.
What is it now, John?
Oh, I was just telling the fine listeners that it feels good to be back. You feeling the same, Vinny?
Honestly, I'm just here to make a living, Chief. Now, is that it?
Yeah, that's all for now.
Fantastic. Now call for me next time you actually need me for something.
Wait, you're saying this wasn't a good reason?
Go die in an electrical fire, John. I thought we decided not to call me Vinny anymore.
Fine, have it your way. That's enough of that for the moment. I have actual news to report on now. What is first on the itinerary? Yes, some pretty big national news right here. After many months of talk and planning between U.S. President Livingstone and the governing body of Michigan, it was announced during a press conference today that Detroit will no longer be recognized as a livable city here in these United States. The mayor of the city, non-city, Mayor Wilson, led the press conference with the reasoning for this decision. Essentially just talking about what makes Detroit so bad for a few hours. Every day I step outside and see something new, rambled the mayor. But it ain't anything good. One day, it's a crackhead strolling down the block, ain't wearing pants or nothing, but is carrying a fridge on his back. Or the next, some motherfucker is lying dead in the middle of the street for Lord knows what reason. This dude ain't got no pants on either. After some time of droning on and on, he spoke about the measures that will be taken during the next 12 to 36 months. First off, no evacuation efforts for civilians will take place, which has met with immediate controversy. According to the convenient pamphlet handed out to all the reporters that were present, no evacuation by the state government will take place because funding is limited. That funding is needed for other projects, such as eventually completely cleaning up the water in Flint. The city has, however, given all of its residents 30 days, starting today, to make their own way out of the city. A curfew for 8 p.m. has been put into place, and anyone caught outside between the hours of 8 p.m. and 7 a.m. will be detained and, in all likelihood, disappear off the face of the planet afterwards. Why a curfew has been established at all is currently not known. The citizens escaping the non-city is the supposed first phase. The second phase centers around building a massive wall surrounding the entire place. This wall will be made of concrete, standing at 60 feet tall and about a foot thick. On top of that, an electrified fence grid will sit on both sides of the wall. You know, just in case, we wouldn't want anything getting in or out, it says here on the pamphlet. So far, no accurate costs have been determined on this ungodly project. The liberal estimates from many financial experts are coming in at about 7 to 10 billion. That's right, billion. While it has yet to meet any approval, the governing body of Michigan has proposed to the president to have the non-city be guarded by the National Guard before, during, and after the construction of the wall. No word or decision on what will happen after all this is said and done. But it's looking like a rocky future for Detroit. I guess even RoboCop wasn't enough to save that one, but oh well. For anyone that has yet to leave that place, I bid all of you poor bastards the best of luck. We all know you guys are gonna need it. I guess it's not helped by the fact that immediately after the press conference today, Mayor Wilson blurted out to the audience, peace out, bitches. Well, eyewitness reports say that he proceeded to run right off the stage and outside the building. He had jumped right into his limo and sped off into parts unknown, guarded on all sides by his personal guard. He has not been seen since then. We shall report on this story as more comes out, but it's looking like it's going to be another Florida situation all over again. Certainly starting out that way. Moving right along, let's scale things back to something more local. Schools have always been a haven for delinquents, as time has proven over and over again. I still remember my school days, like that time in my freshman year of high school. I got after-school detention for a minor offense, but it had to be pushed back a day because a group of juniors lit a toilet in the boys' bathroom on fire. Anyhow, this delinquency is spreading to places outside of schools too. According to statistics, shoplifting at nearby gas stations before and after school hours is at an all-time high in the city. From the beginning of this school year to now, the shoplifting rate has reached 44%, a sharp increase by 23% from last year's numbers. This is not taking into account the shoplifting rates that occur normally. Those numbers are still very high. Some of the C-Mart convenience stores, specifically near schools like DreaM City Southeast and Ian Brandon Anderson High, have experienced the worst of this theft. Because of this dramatic spike up, C-Mart employees are taking every measure possible to mitigate this dilemma. It would seem placing metal detectors at all entry and exit points have not worked as planned. And yeah, they place them even in front of bathrooms and closets. Even after upgrading the numerous security cameras to record in high definition, they still haven't caught any of these little fuckers. That's right, CCTV doesn't seem to work like intended. Who would have guessed? Because no employees or managers have successfully caught anyone in the act, they're not fucking around anymore. The city has taken notice of this problem and have decided to assist by providing funding for these stores to train and, arm their employees. Talking to one of the managers, who asked to stay anonymous, explained to us, "The time has come and we've been given no choice now. If these little cocksuckers want to play rough, two can play at that game." Proper firearm usage and picking out the standard loadout is currently underway at a few locations, but has resulted in these stores being closed down at the moment due to all employees of said stores being trained extensively all at once. There's no talks as to what the fallback plan is, in the case this latest scheme doesn't work, so in my professional opinion as the host of this show, I'm assuming the city government and C-Mart higher-ups are confident this plan will work. Apparently, this will also extend to consumers as well, which means that if you're the average consumer at one of these fine convenience stores, and you see a heist of product in progress by some hooligan, you have full permission to unload your weapon on the assailant, if you have a firearm that is. More on this story as it unfolds. It's just craptastic that these guys get all this funding directly from the city to attempt to solve such a minor problem. Yet, here at the station, we can't even afford to have proper equipment. What's the big deal about having a basic computer in here, or having multiple landlines throughout the building instead of just the one at the front desk? This is bullshit. Oh, I'm getting word from management. I guess I'm pissing them off again. While I prepare to deliver the next story, here's Vincent with a word from our sponsors. On to you, V. Come on. Son of a fucking dickhead. Why won't you work?
Hey, Vincent here. I don't know why I have to read off this sponsorship, but whatever. Today's word from our sponsor comes from C-Mart Gas and Grocery. If you live here in DreaM, C-Mart is the premier local business to support, where you can get all your grocery shopping and gas filling done. They've got all the angles covered, so that means you can buy your eggs in the same exact place you can gas up your environment-destroying lifted truck. When you think convenience, think C-Mart. Only because this city doesn't have a Walmart for some reason. Yeah, come to think of it. Why isn't there one here? Or even a Target? It's like 1 billion of both of those everywhere. Didn't a Walmart just open up in North Korea? Oh well. Okay, back to you, dickhole.
Yeah. Thanks a bunch, Vincent. Moving right along to more local news. Just before the show began today, we have received word on further developments on the sinkhole. To any of our few listeners that reside outside the city, about 2 weeks ago, a sinkhole opened up in the Bedford residential zone, expanding to the edge of downtown DreaM. This sinkhole alone baffles experts, as not only are we not located in Brazil, but because there's hundreds of feet of concrete below the surface. How the hell does the earth rip open a vast hole from something so solid? It's kind of terrifying if you ask me. Either way, it's caused some trouble for the city as of late. The origin of the sinkhole, according to investigation, started in the backyard of the Peterson house, from which nobody in the family was reported as injured or anything, and swallowed up many houses along the way. It is still not known how many lives the hole has taken at this point, since it has not yet been determined how deep the hole is. Conservative estimates have already reached 150 dead, including the entirety of the Wilson Memorial Orphanage. As far as that update goes, it would seem earlier this morning, a thing crawled out of the hole. What? This, creature was witnessed by investigators and citizens alike, clawing its way out of the hole and striding away fast. The creature is described as 6 feet 9 inches tall, being practically skeletal and completely pale all over. The face of the creature wasn't seen by many, but those who got a close enough look at it described it as being, horror beyond comprehension. Jesus, that too's a little terrifying. While it is currently unknown what exactly this thing is, it does appear to be vaguely human in appearance. It seems the creature is as passive as can be, since immediately after emerging from the void, it made its way towards nothing in particular, and disappeared in the distance without even looking at any passers-by. Police opened fire on the creature, however none of the rounds fired at the creature seemed to faze it. Matter of fact, the bullets themselves were found on the ground, with the tip smashed as if they had impacted something impenetrable. Since shooting it didn't work, police have kept their eye on the creature. In a statement made by Chief Olson just 24 minutes ago, he stated, "Yes, this, thing is ungodly horrifying to look at, but it doesn't seem to intend harm on anyone." He went on dodging questions made by journalists, which was holding up the chief's statements. Eventually, Olson got fed up with the frenzy to the point where he drew his gun, which fortunately the reporters calmed down after that. Once he holstered his weapon, he pressed on. "I don't know how scary this guy looks. Do not, I repeat, do not attempt to, well, do anything to it. While it hasn't hurt anyone yet, this bastard looks like he's invincible, so just let him do their thing." Every precinct around is on full alert and keeping their eyes peeled, so don't bother. The latest word on this thing is that it strode its way, rather terrifyingly I might add, into the homeless shelter on Vector Avenue, where it looks to still be at even now. I'm guessing it needed a nice hot meal. It's probably been down there for, well, I'm not sure how it was able to thrive below in the hundreds of feet of concrete, but at least it's harmless, it would seem. Okay, in the case this creature is sticking around, it's kind of a pain in the ass to keep referring to the thing as a thing or creature. So tell you what, listeners, we here at Radio DreaM will put out a survey on social media on what we should name this creature. You don't even have to keep it gender neutral, it just needs a damn name. It might not even have a gender, or is aware of what gender is anyway, so it might all be good. Once we receive enough suggestions, we will pick the ones that are seemingly the most popular with people and get them to vote on which name should be used. The name with the most votes will win and will be announced here on this show first in 2 weeks' time. Moving right along to more important matters, what's traffic looking like today, Vincent? Vincent, where'd he go? No matter, I can do this myself. Let's see, yeah, it's looking pretty normal out there today. Just a minor collision over on the corner of Teresa and Oregano, but nobody was injured. Hell, it looks like there was another police tank that broke down an hour ago, on the freeway no less. It caused a multi-car pileup that is still in the process of being cleaned up. Why was a police tank on the freeway, you might be wondering? You see, we here have not gotten an answer yet either. The officer manning the tank is being interrogated as we speak, so expect to have some answers soon. This presents a larger issue, as this is the third police tank to break down this month alone. With the other two, at least, those did not break down in the middle of a freeway, so it wasn't as big of a deal. This has gone too far though. The pileup has resulted in dozens injured and even a few dead, and the toll is only increasing. Oh sure, Chief Olson keeps reassuring us that these old tanks, which has been in active service since the 80s, are going to be phased out by the end of this year, or mid-2024 at the latest. Even if we were to believe his word alone, this is getting ridiculous. Months back, I was having an increasing problem with getting caught in traffic behind a tank that broke down. It made me late for work a few times and almost got me fired. It would seem protests are already starting to flare up in front of City Hall and in front of precincts, as friends and family of this freeway incident rage against the issue. All I can add is that I hope this protest goes somewhere and gets something done. We don't need a repeat of the Hamburger Helper riots. With that, that's traffic. Avoid the freeway today, I guess. What's next up? Politics? Nah, we're not doing that. Gotta talk to management about moving that topic to the morning show. Sports? Nah, sports are boring as hell to watch. What have I got to report on there? Nope, forget that one too. Oh hey, we got an update on Detroit's mayor. Him and his entourage have been found, safe and alive, although have been robbed of a lot of their possessions, leaving only the clothes on their backs. Talking to the mayor, he gave his side of the story to reporters as follows. We was just about to the end of the town before these crackheads jumped us, the mayor went on. They jacked everything from us. I saw them eyeing up the limo immediately and knew we was fucked. Shit, they even knew to take my 6 gold teeth. How did those bitches know I had any gold teeth at all? Damn. The limo was found 5 miles down the road, stripped down and sitting on cinder blocks. No other word on the whereabouts of any of their other belongings, nor is there any sign of the perpetrators either. But people are too busy evacuating the city to keep on the lookout, police included. The mayor and his group have since been escorted back into the non-city, shaken but ultimately unharmed. Still no update on the National Guard situation, but I wasn't expecting to have one yet. Almost forgot to report on the weather. Jeez, where's my head at today? Well, maybe Vincent should be doing this, but I can't find him, so whatever. Like any other day, it will be cloudy all day. Temperatures staying in the mid-30s all day and dropping into the lower teens by midnight, with acid rain coming and going all throughout the day, so have those respirators at the ready. It shouldn't storm too harshly tonight, however, some are still recovering from last night's thunderstorm. A freak series of events occurred and an intense round of lightning struck one specific spot in town during the storm. The spot happened to be the family-owned hardware store Screw You and Company. The flurry of electricity tore through that place like hell and absolutely decimated the place. No one was injured, though several homeless people who took shelter from the storm in the alley directly behind the store were killed by debris and the lightning itself, in that order apparently. The owner of the store, Derek Derricks, is devastated by the loss of the store that had been in his family for a long time and was a part of this city's history even before the nuclear accident. That store was my everything, Derricks announced in a statement this morning. Just like my family except for my bitch of an ex-wife. Losing any of them, it just kills me on the inside. Following this announcement, Derricks had stated that he has plans to rebuild, but that's down the line. Like I had stated, the weather shouldn't rage that hard tonight. Oh, hey, there you are, Vincent. Could you enlighten us a little more on the weather?
Well, I don't fucking know. If you want to know for yourself, why don't you look outside for more information?
Gee, thanks for the update. Wait, where are you going?
I'm going home, dumbass. The workday's about over. See you tomorrow, dickweed.
Right. Huh, I guess it is about time to wrap it up. I completely lost track of the time. Welp, listeners, that's all we've got for today. Ending off the day like this reminds me that I missed doing this job in the 3 months this place was shut down. I love talking to you listeners, even if you can't talk back to me for the most part. I don't know how many people listen to this show, but to the few that I know do, just know I do this for you guys. I'll always be here, reporting on stories that hit hard or ones that hold no significance on the flow of history or time, or people's lives in general, but I'll always be happy to report on these stories, or pretend to be happy. It just depends on whether I was drinking the previous night or not. Just stay away from Dream City Chat Zone. Those guys are weird. With that, your host here, John Jacobson, will now be signing off for the day. Stay tuned to the transmissions broadcasting from the abandoned TV station on the edge of town. As an addendum, addressing the concerned callers about these transmissions, we have been assured by the government that there is absolutely nothing to worry about and these transmissions are completely normal government business. And in the words of them, stop worrying about it now. I don't even know who them is, but they sounded official, so I guess I can't argue against them. If you will excuse me, I have some fine gentlemen I'm meeting up with on some personal matters. Oh, hey, speak of the devil. I was just about to come see you guys. Listen, I just have some of the money at the moment, but I'm sure we can work something out. Wait, what are you doing with that? Wait, stop! You guys gotta understand. Ah! No, not there. That hurts. Stop! Radio DreaM is a production of the YouTube channel The Many Saints of Gabagool. It was written and directed by J.R. Johnson, and produced by J.R. Johnson and Vincent McCracken. The voice of John Jacobson was performed by J.R. Johnson. The voice of Vincent the Assistant was performed by Vincent McCracken. The music is done by the channel Radiation Hazard through his music channel, Hazard Music. Link to his music is in the description. Check out The Many Saints of Gabagool for more episodes of Radio DreaM and other associated content. Thank you for listening. Without listeners like you, this wouldn't be possible.